Hi there, Sage Kennedy of VO2 Max Productions. I'm here in South Boulder. Just did a nice workout on Marshall Road, but wanted to touch base on a theme that I've probably mentioned in previous training talks. You could look through the library playlist. Got over 100, but it's so important. I think it's worth re-emphasizing, and I hope your 2016 is also off to a great start. But it's a new training kind of idea. Been bouncing around in my head from time to time, always changing, always adapting. The idea is that you want consistent variation in your training, in your running. And basically it means if you look at your body as an organism, it responds to external stimuli, new stimuli, ever challenging stimulus in training. So a new stress basically, and you want it to trigger the body to adapt, kind of like an evolutionary process, to adapt, to get stronger, to get faster, and to overcome a new threshold, so to speak. So that's how you improve, is you add a new stress to your training, whether it's increasing your weekly mileage, or I'm going to move out here because the cyclist's coming. Whether it's increasing your weekly mileage, or changing a speed workout, the intensity, maybe the number of repetitions you do, the recovery period, all these variables in training that change will influence the new stress. And over time, you don't want to get stagnant. You don't want to always do the same thing over and over, because then it'll be too easy. If you always went out and ran 10-minute mile pace every day for 5 miles, or every other day, most people don't train every day, but you'd get to a certain point. But then if there's not a new stress, if there's not a new stimulus, you're never really going to adapt. So the idea is to always have something changing. And usually easy mileage, just a little increase in mileage usually provide some positive adaptation. Then you look into quality of speed work, specificity of training for a certain race, changing race distance, things like that. So you always do want to be changing a variable in your training, and at the same time you want to be consistent. Consistency in following a schedule, consistency in getting out and getting your weekly mileage in is always really important. So maybe you're following a schedule, maybe you're doing the same sort of thing, maybe you're doing monotonous, easy runs at what feels like too slow of a pace, but you're getting in that consistent mileage at consistent volume. You're getting in consistent splits, even splits, maybe in a workout. Like today I did 8 by 1,000 meters. I tried to run consistent splits. It was an increase in effort, but I was trying to get a specific velocity in, target a specific heart rate range, things like that. So that's kind of the idea. Consistent variation, an ever-changing stimulus in your training. And things don't happen overnight. It could be a very slow process. It's part of the periodization of training process, where you're changing your training over a period of weeks and weeks and months, and looking at it long term in terms of even years, because you don't want to get injured, you don't want to overtrain. But it's a way to look at your training and say what variables changing. I don't want to change too many variables all at once, because I don't want to overtrain or hurt myself, but I want to change the body's response, biological. You look at it at a cellular level, you could invoke some changes. You look at muscle fibers, you put some changes down. Mental side of things, you change your perception on training. That's going to yield you the best results and continued long-term improvement, and hopefully allow you to get more enjoyment out of the sport. Because if you're running for fitness reasons, you're running for fun, but if you start doing races, sometimes you want to improve your time, or qualify for a certain race or things like that. So thanks so much for all the support on Patreon. Really do support. The questions for January, you could start asking them if you're at that threshold, as well as more exclusive content on the Patreon page. Really blown away by the support on that. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support on here, all the views, all the shares, all the subscriptions. Thanks for sharing this across social media. And thank you for all the Sage Running purchases. Sandy and I, our coaching business, sagerunning.com, the website. We had a great month in December, thanks to all your support, and we were able to donate a sizable donation to Save the Children, a charity near and dear to our heart, for the December sales. So really blown away by helping out with that. And we also, our charity, we're part of our company VO2 Max Productions is part of 1% for the Planet. So we're always donating at least 1% of our sales to helping the environment. It's an important thing, and 1% is not a lot, but it's something we wanted to do just to kind of try to give back. And there'll be more charities we'll look at in the future. Done UNICEF before, but it's a real privilege to be able to do this, and couldn't do it without all your support. So I really do appreciate that, and I hope you're doing well. Stay tuned for more of these training talks. Feel free to comment below. I can't get all to all your comments, but I will try my best to at least read them all, and I do appreciate them. So know that even if I don't respond to your comment, I read it and do appreciate it, and all your goals for 2016 were great to read too. So keep up the great work. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.